365 Days is a 2020 Polish erotic romantic drama film directed by Barbara Białowież and Tomasz Demonz. It is based on the first novel of a trilogy by Blanka Lipinska. The plot follows a young woman from Warsaw in a spiritless relationship falling for a dominant Sicilian man, who imprisons and imposes on her a period of 365 days for which to fall in love with him. It stars Michelle Morone as Don Massimo Torricelli and Anna Maria Sieklecka as Laura Biel. The film was released theatrically in Poland on the 7th of February 2020 and was later made available on Netflix on the 7th of June 2020, quickly gaining global attention. It was one of the most watched items in numerous territories on multiple continents, and had one of the longest periods as the most watched item in Netflix's history in the United States. The film received overwhelmingly negative reviews from critics, who heavily criticized its softcore themes and sexual violence. 2 sequels are in production. Now let's see what happens in the movie. After a meeting between the Torricelli Sicilian mafia crime family and black market dealers, Massimo Torricelli watches a beautiful woman on a beach and talks with his father, the mafia boss. Suddenly, the dealers shoot Massimo and his father. Massimo survives while his father dies from his injuries. 5 years later, Massimo is the leader of the Torricelli crime family. In Warsaw, Laura Biel is unhappy in her relationship with her boyfriend, Martin. Laura celebrates her 29th birthday in Italy with Martin and her best friend Olga, but after Martin visits Etna without her, she goes for a walk and runs into Massimo, who kidnaps her. At his villa, Massimo reveals to Laura that she was the woman at the beach 5 years ago and that when he was injured, all he could think about was her. After searching for years and finally spotting her, he kidnapped her, intending to keep her as a prisoner for 365 days in the hopes that she will fall in love with him. He also promises her that he will not have sex with her without her consent, though he is physically aggressive with her. As they spend time together, Laura teases him and then refuses to have sex with him. At a hotel in Rome, she begins to tease him again and he cuffs her to the bed. Massimo then makes Laura watch him receive oral sex from another woman. Afterward, he claims he is going to penetrate her but changes his mind and orders her to get dressed for a club. At the club, Laura flaunts herself for Massimo and his friends, angering him. When she begins to flirt with a man from the rival mafia family, the man gropes her. Massimo draws his weapons and Laura is taken out of the club. The following morning, she awakens on a yacht to Massimo and his fellow mafioso, Mario, arguing. Massimo confesses that he shot the man's hand who had groped Laura, inciting a war between the two families. Laura attempts to apologize, but Massimo blames her for the incident. They argue and Laura falls into the water and starts to panic. Massimo jumps in to save her. When she regains consciousness, he admits he was scared she might not make it and does not want to lose her. Laura begins to fillet Massimo and the two engage in sex, anal and oral repeatedly. Later that evening, Massimo and Laura attend a masquerade ball, where a woman named Anna threatens Laura. Massimo reveals that he dated Anna, told her that he would leave if he found Laura, and did so when he recognized Laura at the airport. After the ball, Massimo and Laura have sex again. He tells her he is sending her to visit her loved ones in Warsaw and promises to join her after finishing up business. He then tells her he loves her. On the car ride to the airport, Domenico, another one of Massimo's mafiosos, tried to reassure a nervous Laura that Anna won't hurt her, but gets a phone call, tells Laura to wait in Warsaw, and rushes away. In Warsaw, Laura waits for Massimo for days with no contact. She reconnects with Olga and they go clubbing. She runs into Martin, who says he has been looking for her to apologize. He attempts to convince her to reconcile and follows her back to her apartment, where Massimo is unexpectedly waiting. Martin leaves and Laura and Massimo have sex. When Laura opens his shirt, she discovers his wounds from the ongoing conflict. She confesses to him that she loves him. The following morning, Massimo proposes and she accepts. However, she asks him to keep his occupation a secret from her parents. Back in Italy, Mario informs Massimo of rising tensions. Laura mentions feeling unwell but brushes off seeing a doctor. They discuss their upcoming wedding that her family is not allowed to attend, as she does not want them to discover what Massimo does. However, Massimo allows Olga to come as Laura's bridesmaid. When Olga visits, Laura reveals she is pregnant. Olga urges her to tell Massimo about the pregnancy. Laura calls him and asks if they can talk after dinner. Meanwhile, Mario receives a phone call from a Torricelli informant that the rival mafia family is about to kill Laura. Laura's car enters a tunnel but does not come out the other side. Mario rushes to find Massimo just as Laura's call drops. Realizing the implications, Massimo breaks down. A police car blocks the entrance of the tunnel.